Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josie, and today I'm going to be taking you guys through the process of completing all of my WIPs. So I've seen a few similar videos recently of people just really locking in and finishing all of the things that they have on their needles, and that is something that I really need to do. I consider myself a mostly monogamous knitter, but my main issue is that I get like 95% of the way done with a project, and then I get so excited about the next project that I like put it down to cast on the next project, and then I fully lock into that project until I'm 95% of the way done with it. And so the cycle has continued to repeat itself. And so right now I have 3 projects that are almost done. They just need like a little bit of attention, and then I can cast them off and be done with them. And I really want to dedicate this weekend to just getting those 3 projects done, so then I have all of my WIPs done and I can just start on whatever project I want to next. Before I get started and showing you guys the process of doing those, I do want to introduce you to the 3 projects that I'm working on right now and just kind of talk to you about kind of where I'm at on each of them. So we'll start out with my oldest project, which I have in this adorable little strawberry bag that was given to me by a friend for my birthday. So that project is the Maggie cardigan by PetiteKnit. I'll throw it on so you can see where I'm at. So it needs to be blocked, so obviously it's kind of wrinkled, and yeah, it needs to be blocked for sure. But literally, it has been cast off on the bottom, so like all of it is done. The only thing that I haven't done is the neckline and sewn in the buttons. Like the button band's even done on both sides. I just got to do the neckline and sew on the buttons. The yarn that I'm using for this project is Drops Cotton Merino in the shade, I'm not positive. Oh, it doesn't say the shade color on here. I'll put it on the screen. I really love this color. I love greens in general. I am a girl who, I mean, you can see I'm literally wearing green right now, but I'll buy anything in green. I'll make anything in green. If it were up to me, I would probably knit everything I made in green, but I try to be a little bit more broad with what I do, so I don't do that. So I'm really excited to have this done. Literally needs a few hours of work to be finished. It needs a good blocking to kind of, stretch the sleeves a tiny bit and just to like get everything flat. And then I do need to weave in the ends, which is not exciting, but it's one of those things that I can just sit in front of the TV and do. So I don't think I'll have any issues getting this done this weekend at all, as long as I just make myself do it. So in between that project and the project I'm about to show you, I actually knit and complete a whole vest. So I didn't do the thing where I stopped that one. I actually finished one, and then instead of going back to the cardigan, I picked up a different project. And that is because this is a gift knit. And this is a gift knit for one of my friends whose birthday was actually a few weeks ago. So I'm already running behind. So the story behind this knit is that my friends and I went to Ireland in the spring, and I was like, I have to get some Irish wool. So I forced them to come with me to a yarn store where I did find some yarn that I liked. But one of my friends saw one of the sample pieces and asked me if I would make it for her. So this is the Nora bow top. It's the Nora bow top by Penduzzu. I'll put all of the details in the description. It is just so darling. So I'm knitting this in Drops Kid Silk. Drops Kid Silk. I think the shade color might just be pink. I'll put all of that on the screen or in the description as well. And I'm holding it double with Ling Pilates. That is not how you say it, but like that's what's causing this beautiful shimmer. So I did the neckline just with the Kid Silk held double, and then switched one out to the Ling Pilates for the body. I have basically finished the body. The only thing I have to do is the bottom, like the edge. And then after that, the only thing that I have to get done is the way that this construction works is that the arms aren't knitted together at the top. So you actually run like a long piece of fabric through it and then tie a bow on the side, which is why it's the Nora bow top. So that's what holds it up on your arms at the top. It just runs through the middle of this little piece of fabric. So basically, this is almost done too, actually. This is really close to being done. I basically just need to do the bottom and then make that long piece of fabric. And then after that, it's finished. Winston has come to say hello. Say hello to the camera, look. Oh, you said hi. The final WIP that I have, I actually cast on like 3 or 4 days ago. So this top is the Knitlet by Simstrikk and Sandok, I think is how you say it. It is a tank top that has a really cool construction where on one side it's kind of like a flat up to your neck, I don't know the style name, top. And then on the other side it's reversible. It's more of just like a traditional, more of a tank top look. I am knitting this once again in drops cotton merino in the color lavender. And so basically where I'm at on this is I'm about halfway done with the body. It's in the round now, it's flying by. Like I said, I only started this a few days ago and I work full time. So I've only really had like a few hours in the evenings and maybe 30 minutes at my lunches because I take my knitting to work sometimes and work on it during lunch. So I really don't think it will take me too much longer. Once I finish the body, the only thing that I'll have to do is there's I-cord edge around the neckline for sure, and I think around the arms. If it's not around the arms, I might add it. Like, I don't think it'll take me that long. So basically, those are the 3 WIPs that I have. I have 2 full days. I don't have anything this weekend. I think I can crank out these 3 projects, and hopefully I can, because I have some things I'm really excited to cast on, but I'm not letting myself cast anything else on until these 3 things are done, because they're all so close. They're all so close, and they deserve to be finished because I'm excited to wear them all. And so yeah, so I'm gonna take you guys through kind of my weekend, my progress, and I'll update you guys as I work. And Winston will be here to join for the journey. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. You're so strange. You're so weird. All right, I'll talk to you guys soon.
Drop shoulder any fave, then so far it hasn't really differentiated from that type of basic construction. This will be my first garment where the sleeves are like fitted, and so I am interested to see if there are any like short row shaping on the top that don't fit over my big ol' head at the end. And I think the way that you stitch this down, you basically just do like a back stitch through each of these chain stitches. I'm worried that that one be crunchier. Actually, maybe I should try this on just to make sure it actually does fit up.
Okay, so it's the next day. It's Saturday morning. Last night I did work quite a bit on my Knitlet top. Just like 3 or 4 hours, well, maybe not even that long, like a few hours. I got maybe a few inches of the body done, so I'll show you kind of where we're at. So this is what it's looking like right now. I think last night before I started watching, I was sitting about right here. So I've knit about that much. I think I probably still have like 4 or 5 more inches to go. That's my guess. I'll probably put it on after a few more inches just to get a better idea. But I'm gonna be working on this today. I'd really love to finish the body, cast off the body. And then the other thing I need to get done today, this is an ideal, a goal, would be to get my Nora bow top and go ahead and start working on that and finish that today. So I'm gonna try to finish the body on the Knitlet, that's my first goal, and then switch over and get out the Nora bow top and finish the bottom of that and a little neck bow that holds up the top. If I could get the body done on this and get the Nora bow top out of the way, I feel really confident that I could finish this tomorrow and also finish the neckline and buttons on my Maggie cardigan. So, fingers crossed, but I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident in getting both of those things done today. So, I'll keep you posted. I totally forgot to mention I am wearing my Love Loop top by Simstrikk, which I just made the connection is the same pattern designer as one of the people who designed the Knitlet, which I'm working on right now. So this is my Love Loop top. I knit it in drops Belle. The color might be off-white. Once again, everything will be in the description. I really love this top. I absolutely love how it turned out. I've worn it, I've probably worn it like, a dozen times, and I finished it a month and a half ago. Yeah, like middle of May. So yeah, about a month and a half ago. It's just super cute. It's very well fitting. It's great like for the summer, but I think you can like kind of dress it up or down. So I really love it. And I just love like the cable design with the hearts. So cute. This is the Love Loop top. Recommend this pattern. So fun. I knit it so quickly, and I love this piece. I wear it all the time. So. Okay, so update for you guys. I have cast off on my Knitlet. I just did like a normal knit cast off, so I didn't do anything special on that. I will say it is rolling up quite a bit. I hope that blocking will help. I am a little bit worried that it's because it's a little too tightly cast off, and so it's like being pushed up a little in the back. I'm not gonna freak about it. It's not that bad. I think my plan is, once I come back to this, I'll finish, the I-cord edge, and then I'll do like a full wet block on this and see how it sits after that. If it still feels like the rolling is like an issue, I'll probably just undo the cast off edge, which won't be too hard since it was just a knit cast off, and then maybe do Jenny's super stretchy bind off instead. But yeah, so I have finished it. It's about like 3 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, so timing wise I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I am about to pull out the Nora top now because I need to get onto that. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of a knitting break first. I just need to step away from the needles for an hour or so and walk the dog and do some things, but I feel like I'm making good progress, and I think I can definitely get the Nora top done today. Fingers crossed, but that will be my next step.
Turned out, I think all of the stars aligned for me to get this project done, especially since I was running into an issue with the sleeves, and I was really worried that I wouldn't be able to finish it in time. But yes, the sleeve issue, I did it the size medium, and I'm usually a small or medium with PetiteKnit pattern. I sized up.
Okay, so I lied, and after I took my little break, I was just sitting on it, and I realized that the bind off wasn't gonna work, and I was gonna have to redo it, so I just wanted to go ahead and get it done, since my goal was to get the bottom of this completely bound off and done. And so I just took out the knitted bind off, and I did Jenny's super stretchy bind off instead. It's still rolling a little bit, which I expected because it's just stockinette. But I will say, like, I just think it's just feeling a lot better. Like, it's way looser. There's tons of stretch there. It doesn't feel like the rolling is because of the way it's fitting or because of it being too tight. And I do think when I steam it out a little bit that this will, well, the front's honestly not rolling that bad. Like, I'm pretty content with that. The back is still rolling a little bit just because your girl's got a butt, so that part is still being pushed up. But I think if I steam it some, it'll be a little bit flatter. But overall, I'm just like feeling a lot more confident in the way that this feels. I feel like it looks probably the same. It doesn't look like it's probably changed to y'all on your end, but I know it feels better. And also I'm not like having to struggle to fit it over my head, which is never fun. So I'm really glad I just went ahead and got it done.
In the color pink. I've used the baby before, but it's a different color for my Maggie cardigan. Originally I got this yarn for the Clara blouse, but I was going to pair it with the Holy Friends Kid Silk in the color and the pink. I since then have sold that older yarn, and you may have seen, but I used a different mohair to.
I have been working on the Nora top, and I finished like the bottom hem rows, and I started doing the cast off. I'm still not done with it. You can't really tell, but like it's not finished. It's about halfway done. And I think I may have probably made a mistake. I'm not sure yet. basically the way you do it is you knit some knit rows and then you do a purl row and then more knit rows, so that it's almost like a folded collar. Like that's kind of the construction, except instead of like picking up a stitch from the back of the work, it tells you to do Kitchener stitch to bind off. I was like, I don't really want to do Kitchener stitch because I don't want to go grab my like needle, and I'm just going to pick up a stitch from the back of the work and then knit together and like cast off like the same way you would do a folded collar. And here's my issue, is that the bottom hem, it's supposed to lay like flat like this, and instead it is like curling in like this. And I have a feeling it's because I didn't listen to the pattern. What I'm gonna test right now is I'm gonna get my steamer out and I'm gonna try to steam it flat and see if it stays. If it doesn't, I'm thinking about getting my crochet hook out and doing like a slip stitch on the front side to see if that will perchance keep it from rolling. And if not, I'm gonna have to undo everything that I've bound off so far. As far as like the fit and like the sizing goes, I think I did it good. She wanted it to be like a loose fitting top, so I think it will fit the right way. I'm just uncertain about this right now. Because like I said, it's supposed to sit like completely flat, and it is not, very obviously. So I'm gonna go see what I can do about that. So I went ahead and attempted to steam the bottom of the Nora bow top. At first I just did it flat, like as it should lay, and it seemed to still be curling up a little bit. And so then I ended up like basically folding under the bottom of the hem, so it was folding the opposite way as it's currently wanting to go right now, and then steamed it again in hopes that that will kind of help counteract whatever's happening that's making it curl forward. We'll see. I'm gonna give it the time to dry. I'm kind of stepping away from that one for the rest of this evening. And then hopefully I'll be able to pull it out tomorrow and it will be laying flat. But in the meantime, I have the Knitlet top here, and I'm gonna try to go at this I-cord edge. I mean, and once I get the I-cord edges done on this top, this is done. I just need to sew in the ends and steam block it or block it. So we'll see. I'm not sure how long an I-cord edge takes. I probably have about 2 more hours of knitting in me today, if that. So we'll see. There's like a 50-50% chance I get it done. That's all my updates. Manifest for me that the steaming works and I don't have to undo all of that bind off progress. I will be devastated. I wanted to give you guys a quick update. It is currently Sunday morning around like 8:45, almost 9. I stayed up a little too late last night and I didn't even get very much done. I only knit for like half of the night before I went to sleep, even though I stayed up late. So a little disappointed in myself there, but that's okay. I worked on the Nora bow top. I ended up grabbing that. It turned out that I think the steaming is gonna work. Let me show you. You can see this is a side that hasn't been steamed, where it's just completely, let me try to show you better, completely rolled over. Like, you see that? But then the side that has been steamed is actually staying pretty flat. Yeah, so this is kind of where we're sitting. I think it's super cute. I've also started on the bow, so I'll show you my slight progress on that. This is how long we've gone so far. I honestly didn't work on it for that crazy long. I maybe worked on it for like 30-45 minutes, maybe less than that, honestly. I need to just kind of crank this out. So the thing is though, I have things I have to do today other than knitting, because Sundays are kind of like my reset day. I get things done before the week starts. So I'm gonna try to just like knock everything I need to get out of the way. I'm gonna try to knock everything I need to do out of the way this morning before I start knitting, so that way I can just have the rest of the day to gauge how much time I need to knit. I think if I just put this dog down and go get those things done, I could be done around like 10:30, and then get to knitting. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. because I'm really determined to get all 3 of these things done today. And they all 3 still need work. So, and Winston just wants to play. So there's my morning update. I'm still feeling confident we can get everything done. It is going to take a lot of effort and diligence on my part. So I'm gonna try to get started with that by going and getting the other things I need to get done. And I will talk to you guys later. Exciting update. I have finished the little tie and thread it through the tops of this shirt. So the Nora bow top is basically complete. I just need to steam it and then sew in the loose ends that I have. But then after that, this is done. So I'm going to take this off, I'm gonna steam it, and then I'm gonna take a little break. I need to eat something, take the dog out, and also in an hour or so, it's about to start storming where I'm at, and it's supposed to storm for like the rest of the day. I'm thinking it's gonna be super cozy, but I wanna take the dog out. I need to do a few things before the rain starts. And then I'm going to start doing the I-cord edge on my Knitlet so I can get that going, because I know that'll take me some time. But if I could crank the I-cord edge out like by dinner time, then honestly that's good, because I really don't think that the collar of the Maggie cardigan is going to take more than an hour or 2. That's where I'm at. I'm feeling good. I'm going to go do some things, but I just wanted to give you guys a little update about the top, and I'm super happy. Obviously these shorts are not the vibe, but I think it's super cute, and you could kind of, there's a bunch of different ways you could style it, so I hope that she likes it.
Come on, Winston. Come on, Winston, into the grass.
Okay, exciting news. I have officially finished the I-cord edges on the Knitlet. Didn't actually take me as long as I thought. I will say there is a few areas that I'm not super happy with how they turned out. And honestly, it's because I was rushing, and that's on me. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So here it is, kind of the more standard tank top way. I will say it hasn't been blocked yet, so like the end is still rolling quite a bit, and I really am hoping that blocking it will help keep that from rolling as much. So I did the I-cord edge. I feel like it's looking good. I have a lot of ends I need to weave in, so just ignore that. So here is the other way you can wear it, just as like a kind of high neck top. I do like it this way a lot, and it's lower in the back. It's just, it's really nice. Actually, like I like this way better than I expected. I hadn't tried it on this way yet. But I do really tend to like lean towards tops that have kind of the high neck. I don't know why, I just kind of like the look of them on me. So I'm pleased with that fact that I like the look of this both ways. I will show you the areas I'm a little frustrated with. And it has to do with the fact that, so when you do the I-cord edge, at the end of it, in this pattern it has you do like a provisional cast on, so you're supposed to do like a Kitchener stitch at the end. And once again, I just ignored the pattern and I didn't do that. And so then I attempted to just kind of sew together the ends of the I cord. And I didn't do it in like a way that I should have. I just kind of like randomly sewed it together. So right here is where I joined that I cord edge. And you can see, I mean, it's honestly not that bad, but you can tell it's like not like clean. I decided I didn't care that much because my thing is that I always wear my hair down like constantly. I don't ever put it up, so my hair's always going to be probably blocking that anyways. I don't think anyone's going to notice except for me, and I'll probably stop noticing after a while because I have another like summery top that I did the same thing with, and honestly now I don't even think about it. So should I have slowed down and like looked up how to like do it correctly? Yes. Do I think it's that big of a deal? No, I really don't. Worst comes to worst, like if I decide it's a problem later on, I am so content to undo the I cord edge and redo it. Like honestly, it's not that big of a deal to me. I have basically a whole ball of yarn left. So if I decide one day that I just am not happy with it, great, I'll just redo it and call it a day. But I'm not gonna stress myself out over it because I just don't think it's worth it, and I don't really think I'll care. I'm really happy with this. Like, it turned out better than expected. And like I said, I hadn't tried it on this backwards way before, but I really, really like it. So that's 2 things down. The Norma bow top, not the Norma, I'm thinking of the normal sweater. The Nora bow top and the Knitlet. And so the last thing I have to do is my Maggie cardigan. Just gotta do the neckline and the buttons. And then I basically have 3 finished objects other than the ends, which I am planning to do as well this evening. So this is actually turning out to be a pretty successful finish on my WIPS. I think I'm actually gonna finish all my WIPS. I think I'll check in with you guys again today. There's a chance that I just like really like hunker down and want to get all 3 of these things fully finished and that I don't film again until maybe tomorrow evening to just show you guys all of the finished objects. We'll see how I'm feeling, but I just really want to get the 3 things fully done. So I may put the camera down just so I can really lock in. So we'll see. You'll know because you're about to see what's about to happen, but I'll check in with you guys when everything is fully finished and I have 3 finished objects to show you.
I need this.
Hey guys, so it has been a few days since I last checked in. I believe the last time I checked in was when I was talking about how I needed to finish the Maggie cardigan, that I was getting tired and I was gonna go get in bed. I did end up finishing the Maggie cardigan that night, so I did finish the collar and the buttons, and it's been about 3 or 4 days since then. I've actually started a whole new project, so you can see that finishing my WIPS was really my motivation to start the next thing. But I've also spent the past few days just weaving in ends, you know, just doing the boring task that has to be done before you wear a garment. But yeah, so I have 3 finished objects that I'm gonna say I finished them all last weekend, okay? Because the only thing I didn't finish was weaving in the ends, which to me, sometimes I be wearing stuff that I haven't woven in the ends in yet. So basically they were done. I just had to weave in the ends, okay? So that's the only thing that took me past the weekend. So I think I successfully finished all my WIPs in one weekend. And I have them all right here. So I'm not gonna talk through crazy level of detail on any of them because I am gonna do a podcast in a few weeks, and I'll talk about each one in detail in my finished object section, but I will just show you each one and do a little try on so you can see. So the first one I have is the Nora bow top. I am really obsessed with how this turned out. It's just super cute. And like the areas that I was worried about, like the bottom edge here that I was worried about curling, after I steamed it, has not curled back up. So I think honestly, it should be fine. Here is a little peek of it on. Just so super cute. I love the shimmer. I'm really obsessed with that now in knitted pieces. As far as like the wearability of the fabric, I remember I knit this in Drops Kid Silk and then the Lang Pilates, which is not, I'm saying that wrong. There's no way I'm saying that right. Honestly, I mean, it's not like, I think if you're really sensitive to itch, you probably would feel a little bit of itch with this, I won't lie. It doesn't bother me, but I'm also not very sensitive to stuff like that. But just something to be mindful of. It's not like overly scratchy, but it is definitely has a little bit of itch to it. So that is something to just keep in mind. This is the first top, it's finished. Very happy with it, need to ship it. But yeah, definitely recommend the pattern. It's not super size inclusive though. That's my one warning with it. So just something to be mindful of, although I do think it would be relatively, not easy, but if you know how to like modify a pattern and think about sizing, you probably could figure out how to size it up. But this was knit as like a large, and I think it only goes up to like XL. So just something to think about, but that's my first top. Second top is my Knitlet top, which is awesome because you can wear it 2 different ways. I'll put it on the front way, the like, traditional way first. I'm really pleased with how this one turned out. I think it's just super cute. It's very flattering. I think it like is the perfect amount of like tight without being like too tight. I really like the color. That was something I was worried about, but honestly, like I think the color is great. No longer worried about that. The pattern was super easy. Really no critiques on it. I like this fabric. It's just Drops Cotton Merino, which I have used once before in a project. It's a super like, I wouldn't say it's soft, but it's like not itchy at all, if that makes sense. So it's not like, oh, this is like so soft, but it's like you don't realize if you're wearing it. So if you're like sensitive to any sort of wools or like yarns, usually I think the Drops Cotton Merino is probably a good option because I can't imagine anyone would feel itchy wearing this. And then also I love it the other way. I might like it the other way better actually. So let me flip it around. Here's it flipped around the other way. I just really like these kind of tops on me. I like a high neck on myself. Like not like a turtleneck, but like whatever you call this. I like the way it looks on me. But yeah, I think I'll probably find myself wearing it this way more often than the other way, just personal preference. But yeah, it's so cute. I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with how this turned out. Definitely recommend the top, definitely recommend the yarn. 10 out of 10. And my final project is the project that you probably have seen the least of, just because I didn't really work on it very actively because the only thing I had to do was the collar. It does still need to be blocked. You can see here, like this needs to kind of stretch a little bit. So I do need to steam it. But yeah, I did finish the collar and the buttons. And I think it came out super cute. I'll put it on. I'm very happy with it. I really, really like this color on myself. Like, this is one of my favorite colors to wear. It's just very me. Like, look at that. Like, yes, okay, so obviously this is scrunching up. And that is simply because it needs to be blocked out so that the button band isn't scrunching as much. But other than that, I absolutely love this. Like, this is one of my favorite things. I know that I'm gonna be wearing this constantly, especially once it gets a little cooler outside, because right now we're going through a heat wave, so probably won't wear it then. But once that ends, I can see myself wearing this like pretty much all the time. Yeah, no notes. It's made in the same cotton merino yarn as my Knitlet. Super cozy. I like the buttons too. I just did like some simple wooden buttons, so nothing fancy there. But isn't it darling? Ugh, I'm so happy with this. I'm really happy with this. And yeah, I don't know if I have much more to say, but I recommend the pattern. It was a great pattern. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. This is just super cute. I'm getting happy just wearing it. I wish I could wear it more right now, but I know it's gonna be too hot. So unfortunately, I will have to get wear out of it in the fall. But I am glad to have it finished off the needles to call it a finished object. So yes, that is my finishing all my WIPs in one weekend. I would call it a success. I feel like I finished everything basically in the weekend, and I like how everything turned out. So I couldn't really ask for anything else. If you enjoyed this video, please like leave a like if you want to subscribe. I'm going to be planning to post more knitting content now that I am out of school and working full-time and have a little bit more extra time on my hands when I come home in the evenings and on the weekends. So my plan is to like really start investing more time in the channel. Let me know if you were working on something, what you were working on. And yeah, let me know like if you have things you want to see. I'm kind of thinking I want to do like a mix between podcast and vlogs. Like I'll alternate. I'm going to try to post every 2 weeks for now. That's kind of where I want to start. Just doing like a traditional knitting podcast and then a vlog like this where I kind of take you through the process of making like either a single project or multiple projects for like a week in my life. So I'll probably go back and forth a little bit. But that's sort of what I'm thinking. I don't know. Let me know. If there's something else you want to see, please feel free to let me know what you want to see. So that's all I have to say. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.